invest, if anybody would invest, okay, if anybody would invest, it would be because they are interested. Interest is very important. Please don't miss it next time. So when you meet somebody and you want to pitch them, after greeting them, please, you need to honor them. All men love to be honored. After greeting them, next thing, ask them a question to ascertain their interest. Don't go to, I have this product, oh, it's so nice, it's so great, it's so this. Okay, there's a lot of great products. But if it touches my interest, I'll give you attention. In fact, I'll just, okay, see me in my office on Monday. If it touches my interest. So you need to be sure if I'm interested in food. Now, your food, if you have done your research, you discover that a lot of parents struggle with lactose intolerant kids. There's a lot of kids with that challenge. This person will probably have children or children's children. So that would be, you will find a way to come in from that aspect whenever you're talking to an elderly person. If you're talking to a youth, that's not going to be the approach. He probably doesn't have a child yet, right? But if you're talking to somebody, okay, this would be a father or as a grandfather, or you're talking to a woman as a child. Hey, hi, what's her name? Oh, wow, what a beautiful baby. Wow. Okay, hope she doesn't struggle with milk. She will tell you immediately, yes or no. Like, oh, if someone says yes, wow, that's serious. I don't like babies suffering. It's so irritating. No, I used to have that experience, or I did the research and this and this. So she will listen. It's a baby. She's interested now. So she would listen. I love the baby. She does it. Okay. After you've given her so much information to show that you are interested in her problem being solved, like it's your own, then you tell her, okay, but I have a small product. I would like you to test it. Being the first time, I know you're not prepared for it. I could give you a discount, or you just, you know what? Let me have your number. If you discover the time is already up, the person is about to leave. Let me have your number. I will call you myself and do some other, because you've already asked. So what you are doing in an elevator pitch is securing the person's interest. Whenever you meet someone that wants to give you money, the first thing you need to do is to secure their interest in what you do. Doesn't matter how you explain your product later. If the interest is there, they will give you audience to explain your product. So secure the interest. Whatever you need to modify your solution, you're selling cake. What if this person doesn't like cake? So you need to find a question, maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 questions you can ask that would help people in different scenarios, just for you to get to know their mind. Oh, good afternoon. How are you doing? Fine. I've met people that sell cake. I'm sorry. They will carry the cake around, which is not bad for when you're starting. Obviously, I know you CEO already. CEOs don't carry cakes around. But days of humble beginning, right? So cake. Wow. Good afternoon. How are you doing? You sell cake? You asked me a question. That's the end. Yes, I do. Come on. You find out, you have to taste one now, madam. You have to taste one now, madam. Come on. Since you are still starting, so it's not bad. Your uncle, something. Like, wow. If God now helps, your cake is good. I love the taste. Yes. And I make for events and all of this let me get your number. All right. So there are different scenarios. But the bottom line is, when you're trying to secure audience or money from someone, get their attention. Be sure they are interested in what you're selling. That's it. All right. So that was it. Okay, maybe I will send this link to us later. It has some templates for business proposals, pitch deck. You need to have all of these documents handy. If there's a business opportunity and I'm not at home, thank God we all use what Mama was talking about. Forgive me. Am I permitted to call you Mommy? Anybody that is older than me? Yes, so people are offended. So I want to be sure. All right, thank you, ma'am. So now, she said that our phones are mini office now, right? And if that is true, that is very true. So anywhere I go, I have all my documents in PDFs and JPEGs and whatever format. In fact, if I don't have the formats, of course, there are a lot of websites just convert it these days. Then I have my business plan, my pitch deck, it's my pitch video. Because some of them we ask to submit a pitch video. So I'm not at home, my God. Just get me suits, white background, hold the camera, I'll pitch, and I will go. And the reason why I'll be able to do it under whatever pressure is because I have stood before mirror, rehearsed it. I will laugh at myself. This thing no make sense. So, cancel this one. I will re-edit it until I know that the kind of people you want to attract will listen to this. So you want to get money, you said 20 million. Now, if an investor that will give you 20 million is a rich person, is experienced, doesn't want to lose money. So you need to find what you would tell the person. You need to do your research to find out, is lactose intolerance a real problem? Do you think it's a real problem? Do you know what lactose intolerance is? Like some people, when they drink milk, they have, that's the idea I have. When they drink milk, they have this reflux or something. So you have customers in this class. Now, if you have customers in this class, or let's say an investor now, you want to project lactose intolerance, you need to do a research and knows how they feel when that problem comes. Then you are starting from their emotion, how they feel. Now, I feel very uncomfortable. Then you tell them, I hate that feeling. Empathy. And now, okay, now I'm a Christian, so I would not advise you to say what you're not passionate about completely, because eventually to find you out. As time goes on, the investors this is their money. So if you lie you have to keep lying. And that is almost impossible. Almost impossible. Well, they are pathetic liars, but so that's why they'll tell you to solve a problem along your passion, which means you are actually interested. Yeah, you might speak very, very interesting way of packaging the information, but you are being sincere. So there are people that tell people to lie, but sincerely, don't lie. Just do your stuff, know your onions and all that. So when I really hate the problem. That actually pushed me to make some research, and I came up with this. If you are talking about my problem, I will give you attention, right? And so the knowledge you have that I don't have is why I will trust your product. Okay, it's not marketing class. So I will try and send, or you can just go to slidebean.com. There are a lot of templates for business plans, pitch deck. It's just template, it's not detailed. If you want a detailed business plan, it's just 150,000 naira. So the last part is financial projection, which is the most important part of business plan. And entrepreneurs, if you hate numbers, I don't know, well, maybe you always hire someone to do it. You need to know your numbers. If you watch all of these Lions Den, Dragons Den, whatever den it is, they will always ask you, what are your numbers like? The fact that they told you what are your numbers like, I like, number. It's not 5 and 6. So you need to show that you yourself, you're ready. So anybody in this class, okay, you're in business. Please, don't be offended. Nobody should be offended. Please stand. Yes. Okay. What's your MVP? Do you have an MVP? I know you know the meaning. Do you have an MVP? Okay, what is it? Just tell me what your MVP is. Since you know the meaning, so just tell me what it is. What? Tote bag. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Have your seat. Sir, you're in business? Okay, what's your own MVP? Do you know what MVP is? No, okay, good. It's most viable product. Now, do you know why when you watch, sometimes I just watch these shows because I'm also learning, I need bigger money, sir. I need bigger money. And if I will stand before these guys, I must be ready. Now, they would not tell you what's your most valuable product. They will say, what's your MVP? Meaning you should have done research enough to know what this means. Just like they ask you, what are your numbers like? What they're asking you is your revenue flow. How money is coming in, how much came in, how much went out. You need to have the numbers here. Maybe not exactly accurate, but you have a very close, because people that go to, there's this one they do in America, that Kevin Hart was part of the point. I've forgotten. There are a lot of, I would probably go through it. Now, they asked this guy, so he started giving them numbers. Eventually, he got investment because they were impressed by the numbers. When they checked the books, he was lying. So he got the money on screen. But in reality, they didn't give him the money. So that's part of the lying part. Lawyers will come to your work. Even in Nigeria, the guys that do Dragons Den, those guys, no, Tony Elumelu. Now, the reason I like Tony Elumelu is like the only funding body I know that will give somebody without a business money. If you have just an idea, they will still give you money if you can sell it. But every other person will ask you for track records. So we are looking, because it's very competitive, so we are looking at other options. Now, so your financials, usually they will ask you to submit at least 3 years financial projection. So usually this comes in a coded Excel sheet. All right. Don't be scared if you don't do these things. I do it. I am at home for you. But it's good if you can learn it, because it means you always have to come to me when things have to change. That's what, remember I said, be funds ready. So most of us are not ready for what we are looking for. That is why we're having this class. So that you can start, if you're ready, you would know, or if you need to start preparing. You know that, maybe now it's not time to look for funding. Let me prepare these things. When I'm sure I have all of these things on ground, I can work onto any, I'll give us some websites where if you have a business that you want to pitch, you just submit pitch deck first. If they check your pitch deck, if they're interested, they will ask you to come. There are a few of them, especially in Lagos, there are a few of them like that. So the websites are the end part of my slide. So the reason why we are doing this is, as we are doing it, just check, am I actually ready for the money I'm looking for? 20 million, 15 million. She's even very conservative, 1 million. She's like, I know. And then today, for this period, she needs 20 million. She wants to start with 20 million. All right. It's not bad. Come on. There are startups that start with, if your father is a billionaire. Yeah, so it's big money. She needs that money. She can actually get it. What if our uncle is the one that is investing? And she believes, or maybe, you know, there's a way you create prototypes. See, a lot of money that people get is by the way they package the information they are given. No, this doctoring is not lying. This doctoring is showing your prowess. How good you understand this problem. If you can make me see that there is problem that if I don't invest can affect a lot of people. If when Bill Gates spoke about COVID-19, some entrepreneurs rose that want to start doing research on it and create vaccines, he will fund it because he has seen the problem. So you need to make your investors see that this thing you're solving is not, apologies. I sell cake. There's a lot of cake sellers. So the thing I was actually looking for, I didn't go for that because he already liked it. So it's not be like I'm spoiling business. But I would love to hear something that is not available on the street. It may not be what you are doing now, but what you plan to do. If you plan to start making cakes that looks like celebrities, there are people doing cakes that look like car now. So that whatever shape or form you need your cake to come in. I don't do, so they will tell you I don't do normal cakes, round and shape. And no. If you need a special cake that looks like the president, I'm the man to call. Okay, you said, right? Until your investors or people listening to you start like, wow, wow. You need to look for the wow factor. I learned it during the Tony Elumelu Foundation when they were training us that they just ask you, what is the wow factor? As I'm talking, what will kill you? Many people are selling cake. Many people are selling yogurt. Many people are dealing with lactose intolerance. There are mix that is for lactose intolerance people in ShopRite. Hope you know. So now those guys have brand, they have money, they have track record. You don't have any. So how do you want to compete? That is your assignment. And until you find it, you have business, but you're not really in business because it's a matter of time, it might die. Right? So that's that. So you need financial projection, at least 3 years financial projection. I don't know. I can actually give out the template to you guys for free. So if I can send it to everybody, you can, but it would still take a little bit of understanding. In fact, I wanted to discuss it in this class, but it will take time to discuss business plan and financial projection, pitch deck. It's time. So let's just projection. It's a project, you're projecting. So business plan always ends in positive, even though many businesses eventually die. Business plan will tell you your business will succeed. That's books. All right. All right, so next thing, register your business with CAC and other relevant legal bodies. Now, after CAC, what other legal body are you supposed to register if you're going to sell yogurt legally in Nigeria? NAFDAC, is that all? Son for food? Son, is there son for food too? I don't think so. EFCC? I think it's just CAC and NAFDAC. I think those are the two for food. So the business you are doing, do you know the legal bodies backing you up? Because the investor will do what? Ask. I don't want to invest in someone that we abscond tomorrow. You can secure 20 million now. Next thing, you're speaking from Canada. The Lord has done it. Thank you. Thank you, Nigeria. Tinubu's era favored me or something, you know. So they would fact check you on every ground. So you need to ask yourself, if I'm selling food, even if it's food on the streets now, see, there's a way you package information. You're not lying, but your presentation alone. Now, somebody is selling food on, have you seen that thing that said, do you have any administrative experience? Said, yes, I'm an administrative coordinator for a large online platforms that coordinates daily outflow, inflow. Just decorate. All he's trying to say is a WhatsApp admin. But he's telling you that I'm an administrator at a prestige or is it what esteemed establishment that runs an online platform that allows participators. So I manage these participators, how their contribution is to the company, just to ensure that we move and advance as we should. That's a WhatsApp admin. So someone that said, I'm a WhatsApp admin, and someone that said that, who would you employ? So it's the same thing they are saying, but their presentation has caught your interest. So that is how you need to present your cake. That's how you need to present the t-shirt you're selling. That is how you need to. That was asking about last week when we were having the online part. Somebody said, I'm a trader, so people don't give traders money. It's not true. It's the way you have been saying it that you're a trader. You're not just a trader. There's a way to, oh my God, there's a way to say you're a trader. You know, you're just like, I major. What do you do? If I start with I major in, that means this guy is an expert in something. He's not, king of all. He's an expert in the field. So once I tell you I major, I'm already telling you, you're already like, okay, what do you want to say? So I major in the sales of baby materials, not just for local people, but internationally. We're open to expand in a matter of time. You've never sold anything outside the country, but you're open to expand. That is why we are trying to secure some funds to enable us. Our products are so unique that there is none, they are second to none in the market. Even those that import from China are nothing worth, and they affect our children. I'm sure you don't want your child to be affected. So if you want the best product that is pocket friendly, you should come to me. I'm selling baby things. That's what I'm saying this morning. I'm selling baby things. That's what I'm saying. So, but the way I've been speaking is the package. So entrepreneurs, if you will get money or even customers, you need to fine-tune your presentation. No matter how little what you do, find a better way to say it to your audience. All right? All right, so please, let us register our business. There's nobody that will give you money. At least have a CAC registration, which is a business name. That's the smallest. If you do it yourself, maybe you do it for 10,500. If you contract someone, maybe they'll do it for you 15, 19, 20,000 at most. At least have it. Somebody will say, I've not started business. Have it. Have it. If you are talking next time, you don't know when opportunity will show up. So when opportunity shows up, I'm like, you can say, we are registered. You are starting with, we are registered, whatever. The fact that you came with, you didn't just say, we sell yogurt, or we are planning to sell yogurt. We are a registered beverage. Is it a beverage? Or what would you call it? What class is yogurt? I don't know. I'm not a food person, but just permit me. We're a registered beverage producing company, and we are open to move into. Now, you've not started anything. What you are moving from is your mind, but you are not telling persons from the mind. You are telling person we are open to move into. So the person has an idea, okay, he's already doing something. By the time they ask you what you are doing, you bring what you've been doing, which is your rough work. Understand? If the person is interested enough to see the back end, it means that they consider you a good marketer, somebody that can sell. All right. Okay. So good bookkeeping, just like she said, Nigerian entrepreneurs, most of us are poor at keeping records. And nobody will give you money without the books, track record. Now, the grant I got from Facebook during the COVID-19, right? Of course, it's not like you can't tell me now I know Facebook, that's why they gave me money. No. So what they did was ask us to submit business plan, or they didn't ask us to submit. So now most platforms, especially if it's online, they already have columns that are going to fill. So sometimes you just go to your business plan, copy and maybe edit to suit the interest of the granting body, all right, and submit. Then they ask us to submit our financial record so far. Now, interestingly, as of 2020, that was when I started my business. They were asking for a business that I've done 2-3 years. But one thing about me is, whether you give me or not, I will apply. So I applied. Now, the reason why I feel they gave was because most Nigerian people would not have the record, financial record transaction records they were asking for. So I just went to, I use weaveapps.com. It's an online software. So I just went there, and the day we did 1,000 naira as sales is there. The day we did 10,000 waves, WAVES, yeah, I think that's it. Yes.com. Let me be sure of that. Yeah, no, it's WAVEAPPS, waveapps.com. That's what I use. So I use the free version. I don't even have the paid version, right? So, but the problem now is, before you guys write it down, when I opened it, they were still allowing Nigerians to use the Naira sign. I think they removed it now. So if you are coming in, you might have to be using the dollar sign. Just believe by faith that you're making money in dollar. All right. But I'm saying you could look for any other platform, and there are also Excel sheets that are built for record keeping. So please, if you're already in business, ensure that you keep records, no matter how little you make per day. Our old mothers do it. You just have one small book. It's very crude, but it helps them. It keeps them accountable. It allows you to know, we are losing, we just feel we are making money, and all that. So investors would ask for it. Of course, you cannot be writing inside book. It can get lost or something. So look for, ma'am? Yes, you can do Excel. If you know how to code Excel sheets or you just find a way to make sure your record is properly kept, and a layman that is not in your business understands your financial records without being part of your business. So that was what I submitted, and that was it. I believe as of 2020, what I know now, I didn't know then. So they don't expect you to be know-how. In fact, they know more than you. Yes, they know more than you. They have the information is at their fingertips. Is there any business the billionaires want to start now, they can't start? But the fact that you've been able to prove that you've done your assignment, you've done your research, you have proper record, it shows the kind of person you are. Just like you are going to invest in a personality, there are investors that invest in your personality. They just trust that this guy doesn't know much in business now, with my mentorship, but his personality is inquisitive, is very active, is very bold. I can help him. That is it, right? So please let us keep our records, have an online presence, all right? These days, I think Google gives opportunity for this free website making things. Go on YouTube, let YouTube be your friend. Go to University of YouTube. All right, how to have an online presence, open social media, or be on Thread, anything they are on you to jump on it. All right. Or, okay, for me now, I have just Facebook and Instagram for my business because I can't manage more than 2. All right. So if you can employ someone, if you have the money, but I don't believe a startup. When you are starting up, you know, you are the CEO, you are the CEO, you are the CTO, you are everything for start, right? Good. Although it is good if you can, in Nigeria, we love doing isolation a lot, and it reduces our potential. There's a lot of strength when we collaborate. There's a lot of strength. Yes, there's a lot of strength. The expertise I don't have that you have, if you can, but you have vision, we to have vision, let's be doing our own thing. And eventually 2 of us are reduced in our potential. So if you can form partnership with somebody you trust, because eventually if your business grows, can become a problem too. But just be careful with partnership. However, collaboration can accelerate your growth. So have an online presence. If you can get a good website, please do. There's a friend of mine that was pitching to an organization on, there's this Nigerian brewery grant that was happening. So he was pitching. Yes, they've loved the speech. Then they said, okay, what's your website? They just finished building the website. It has not gone live. So they were checking the website from their end and they saw nothing. That was how he lost. They've agreed he had made a lot of sense. Immediately they checked the website and saw nothing. They perceive him as a fraud. He didn't know his guys, they were supposed to make the website go live. They messed him up. So he should have double checked, be sure. But what I'm trying to drive at is that online presence was necessary to back up his claims. It was necessary to back up his claims. But of course, I think he got it this year. He went back. So he got it this year. All right. So please don't break the bank. Okay, let me show us an idea. So how many of us have drank Zobo before? Okay. How many of us have tasted Lipton or tea bags before? Okay, good. So imagine Zobo is made from hibiscus flower, right? Yeah, I think that's the name of the flower. Right. So imagine you find a way to process the flour into granulated form like Lipton and put it in Lipton bags. And you're able to, of course, now come down. Now, the research you need to do is, if you put that thing inside hot water immediately, it will not really produce Zobo, unlike Lipton that will produce tea immediately. So you need to do research on how you will make it as effective as anybody putting tea in that hot water and being able to produce Zobo anywhere. Your selling point is you are safer because you know the place the water you are drinking is coming from. A lot of people are finished with is it pneumonia now or diarrhea that bad water causes because they are drinking things from outside. That is a problem. You all have seen the problem. I've given you a solution you probably have not heard before, but I'm not interested in that business anyway. But you see that it's not something you've really heard before. So you need to look for that part of so please, you need to be committed, a person of integrity. You need to show the clear part on how your funds will be spent and repaid. If you are pitching, we are going to spend, if you are saying we are taking 20 million, they want you to account for 20 million. Keep records of how you spent 20 million. How do you plan to return 20 million? So after say, okay, if you invest in us, we are projecting in the next 3 years, our revenue would have doubled and we will be able to pay you back. In fact, there are investors that will tell you, okay, I will give you all of this money for 30% of your company. But if you have 15%, So which means you get 15% back of your company. There are a lot of negotiating terms. All right. How much equity are you willing to let go? Nigerian entrepreneurs don't like giving out anything. They want to be 100% CEO of their company. But see, if you go far, Facebook is not owned alone by Zuckerberg. I hope you know. Yes. In fact, since they've gone IPO now, you can even buy shares in Facebook, right? It means you can own a part of Facebook. All right, good. So I'm saying, if you are going to look for money, especially from angel investors, venture capitalists, be ready to give out a part of what? Your company. And what we determine is how you can negotiate. Investors are very smart. They will tell you, I will give you all of the money because they know you need money, all of the money for 50% of your company. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They'll see that, no, this one will not go far. But if you say, oh, thank you very much for your offer, but can you do 30%? Because we have to do this, and negotiating. In fact, they like it. That, despite you do, as long as reach out to me, you're able to face me and tell me, no, that is not okay. That confidence needs to be there. All right. Appropriate valuation of your business. Ajia, is it Ajia or Alaja? I'm sorry. Okay, ma'am. Rashida, okay. Are you in business? Okay, what's your business worth currently? What? Home and abroad. Okay, no, she has not valued her business. Trust me. This is why people go to business, Lagos Business School. All of these things I'm mentioning are different topics on their own. If you need to learn how to value your company now, we will need to have another 2 hours class. So please, since this cannot afford us, you can get some of this information online, do an extensive research. That's what makes you a viable entrepreneur. All right. So please, everybody in this class, I don't know, find time to value what you call business now. Aside yourself, don't value your time too in that business. There's a way to value your time, the time you invest. A lot of people will ask you, how much time do you invest in your business per week? You can tell them 50 hours. Maybe you do 10 hours every day, depending on you. But all this information, you see that most of us don't have this information I'm mentioning, and we want money. We're not ready. All right, viability. Okay. Man, if I give you a quick and rough way, I'm going to present it, and eventually they check the books for the sake. Well, for you to value your company, basically, you're looking at the time you have. If you were to get a job, the time you spend in that business, how much would it have become if you had gotten a job? How much salary would it have been worth? Then you can use that as your time valuation for your business. Then the assets you have, value everything. You had it. If you have a customer now, how much do your customer base, how much are they worth? You value it. Maybe in a month, how much do you make on average? All right. These are the things you are adding together to give because some people make the mistake of adding only the cost, what they are selling and they are getting, then they undervalue. Some people become bogus with their number and they overvalue. So now to do those calculations is what I can start now. So, but these are the things you put together to say, okay, you need to value yourself. You are a person of value. You spent money on research. You spent money to get this, spent time. People were sleeping and snoring. You were up at night trying to get solution for their life. It is valuable. So you can value all of this. All right, let's go on so that we finish and can entertain questions. Next slide. All right, so there are different stages of funding. We have the pre-seed funding, we have seed funding, Series A, Series B, Series C. There's even Series D for some people. And then we have IPO. Are we familiar with this? I'm sure a few of us are familiar with them. All right, these are just like stages in your funding. So like you are in the pre-seed funding. Oh, I was supposed to write seed, sorry. You are in pre-seed. Now, what is pre-seed? It is the fund you get when you are starting. As you are starting business, the money you start, we call it capital or something, that is it. All right. Then seed funding is the money, it's also a startup money, but you've started, you've gotten a MVP. We all know what MVP is now, right? Your most viable product. Okay, sorry. So we all have that. the seed funding, then you can now go for Series A, Series B, Series C. You can go for as many series as long, because you might, as you grow, you will need to keep raising funds, because you cannot achieve world standard alone. There's no company that is so popular that it was one man that made it. Even Dangote, even the refinery, it's not only his money. You know. Good. So it means that if you do anything significant in life, you need to learn to collaborate. So that's what all of these series. So you must have heard all these tech startups, they do it a lot. You hear Series A funding, $100,000, Series B funding, no. So next slide. Okay, IPO. Now, IPO is when you've grown so big. MTN did it last year when they sold shares. They went public. So the company is no longer one person or a group of investors. It is now the public. Anyone can invest. That's it. But you need to be very big to do that. You need to be big. You need to be big to do that. All right. So this is like a very detailed explanation. So if you're in the pre-seed, so your friends, when you have fun, you yourself with friends, family, crowdfunding, husband, wife, and which one again? You know, they are the grants. They are grants that will give you money when you're just starting. All right. You're in the pre-seed. So you need to look at, okay, so that when you go to meet an investor, you say that, okay, we are at the pre-seed stage. They know that you know what you're saying. I'm at the pre-seed stage now. We are hoping to raise a seed funding. This guy knows something. Unlike, we have money, we have started though. We just need your money. Okay, man. My slide, my God. Anyway, no problem. You can get it. No. All the things I've been saying are not, but I'm sure it will help. I will send it to her so that she will send it to everyone. Yes. All right, you're welcome. So this happens at the idea stage. So there's no valuation for pre-seed. Yes, just in case I say anything that is not there, you may want to write that. So now, valuation for pre-seed is, life is easy when you're at the pre-seed stage. Everybody's just starting, no trouble, nobody. They will just ask you more about your personality. Personally, do you have a financial record? Because at the beginning of the stage, the business will take your shape. If you're a lazy person, your business will be lazy. If you're a very hardworking person, we'll see it on your business, right? So, but the seed one, now any funding between $10,000 to $2 million. How much is $20 million now? 10 million is about, I think, $8,000, right? Yeah. So $16,000 should be around 20 million. So you see that the money you are looking for is still here. It's not much. Sincerely, it's not much if you know where to go. All right. That's just like the first time you are raising money aside the money you have put. These guys will not put money if you have not sacrificed. So they will ask you, how much have you invested so far? You're asking for 10 million naira. You've not invested 1 million. It means you are running the business at their own risk. Nobody will give you money. But you say, we've raised 3. Thank you, ma. We've raised 3 million. We've raised 3 million so far for our pre-seed stage, and we're hoping to get about 15 million for this seed stage and all that. Now, many people are looking at, when will I do this thing? When will I do this thing? If you are going to go find business, I'm having this class with an assumption that everybody here is planning to do business for the long term. You are going to need all of this information. So you can see these guys, IPO. So if you want to do IPO, $30 million to $100 million, that's a big thing. All right, next slide. Okay, so now remember the first one I showed us was stages in funding. So you need to find out what stage are you now. You know the stage you are now, but good. Please speak like business people. Not we just start to. No, we are the pre-seed stage. If you tell that to a layman, say he will respect you. These people, they too know you like that. So now these are the types. Now these types can come in at any point of the seeding stage, of the funding stage. Do we get the difference? These are different types. The first one is bootstrapping. That is your family and friends, yourself, putting, please, so I have a vision. I slept. I saw it in my dream. Now I want to do business. You guys should give me money. So that's bootstrapping. The second one is crowdfunding. That can also fall under the pre-seed. All right. So that's crowdfunding. You're just pulling. Am I taking time? Okay. Okay, please, we're requesting move forward a bit. Okay, thank you very much. Sure, now I'm on the screen. So the next one are the crowdfunding. I'm sure we all are aware of what crowdfunding is. Do people crowdfund for their business in Nigeria? Or let me ask, how can you crowdfund for your business in Nigeria? Go. Okay. Okay. All right. Now, be sincere with me as a Nigerian. How many Nigerians will invest in your GoFundMe for your business and not expect a return? Be sincere. Right. So crowdfunding, now, if you want to crowdfund for business, one of the things you can do is organize a mini party. This same thing we are doing, you need to sell them the idea. If they can buy into the idea, because remember, the people that come for crowdfunding are your friends, family. So convincing them is not as difficult as convincing an investor. So what you need to do majorly is maybe you can host a meet and greet, a mini party, and at the mini party, what is doing like this? Yes. Okay. Ma, sorry. Do you pay offering in church? Now, you do that because you understand the reason. Even in mosque, you guys give donations or something, right? So there's a reason why is it ladder now? Am I correct? There's like a blessing that comes. That understanding is you will not naturally give church money. Okay. You will not naturally, you know that as I give this, God will see my heart. You will not bless me. Something like that. So I don't want us, I understand what mom is saying, but don't move with the mind that people cannot crowdfund you. Now, I got on your circle, the mentality. So some of us may need to, all right. Now, I wanted to start a business. I wanted to test a business. Not even start, because most of us don't test. We just start business. So I wanted to test. So I posted on my WhatsApp status that I need 100,000 to test the business. Because of my track record, a friend just chatted me up. 3 friends chatted me up. Okay, 100,000. Okay, how much is my? I said this. I said, all right, okay. Now, eventually we tested the business failed. He didn't ask me back for a naira. All I did was post on my WhatsApp status. If I posted it 3 years ago, he would not chat me up. But my track record, he has seen that this guy is given to business. He has a running business. So if he wants to check something, maybe it will work out. So let's believe that our friends can. Your friends have money. Hope you know. Yes. When you read Oyinbo story, you hear that all of them just met in their father's garage. Those are the mentality that make these great companies survive. Believing in people's vision and idea. And it is most times because most of us do not know how to present it. Secondly, most times, most of us are selfish. We don't want to give out, even if it's 1%. If I invite 20%, I say, all of you have 1% of the company, and I explain it. See, as you may not agree with me, but I have small sweet mouth too. I can talk the way you will like me, just like me. And this guy, I believe in his dream. If I'm ready to go for something, I will do my research. I know the kind of people that are coming. I know what you want. I know your interest. I will play to ball towards you. So please, crowdfunding can work. That's what I'm driving at. We have venture capitalists. These guys don't invest in small business. They need to show you that you are a business that has future. So they will ask you for all the documents you can think of. They will check everything, but they have the biggest money. Yes, venture capitalists, they have the biggest money. In fact, some of them run as a business. Now we have angel investors. You know the name angels. They come to you early when your business is just starting. Be like, when you just do something, be like, okay, you've proven you are a good entrepreneur. So let's see what you can do with this money. So, they will just give you something that they know they can forget if things go south, right? So, but there are angel investors and venture capitalists are quite close in what they do, but it's just that the stage at which they come in differs, and they have more strict requirement. All right, accelerators and innovators, they are both very similar. Now, an incubator and accelerators program. Incubator is usually for those that are just starting. Now when you incubate egg, you are trying to protect it not to die. So they provide you mentorship, they can provide you a workspace, they can provide you internet, they can provide you mentorship with the guys you need that are probably doing what you're doing. So you must have heard of a lot of incubator programs. I think CCO runs a lot of that. Then accelerators also do us for startup, but just like the name says, they want to accelerate. So they are more about your growth, right? Then I kept this to last because 1, 2, 3, 4 are basically for starters. Yes. If you are really in business, this is what we are talking about. But if you're starting, come on, there's no harm in starting with these guys. Although there are some grants that are mouth-watering. Yeah, there's some grants. So grants are nice. They call them free money. You don't need to return. That's why many people that get grants don't make any meaningful use of it. When you lack accountability in business, your business will definitely die. It's an assurance. So if somebody, I was talking to a friend, when they were like, business, I'll be able to go to work when I like. I said, you'll be busier than a 9-to-5 person. You're almost always at work. My God. When I started my business, I used to sleep at work. People go home. Even my staff goes home that collects salary. These are I'm sure entrepreneurs you guys make a lot of sacrifice. So you understand what I'm saying. But grant is actually sweet money. But please be accountable. Nobody will come and fact check you after. Once you be able to submit all the requirements and they give you the money, when you collected 20 million money, some of people that we heard of use it to get married. Yeah, they will not ask you again. Even though grant theft money is like, if you spend it well, even if you are failing, you can email them that, okay, this is how far from season to season. You can ask for another money and they will give you. But that Is that not pressure? Yeah. Now, ma, because of your knowledge and existing business, and you already know what to do with the money, you can collect it. And for female, men, it is well low. There's so many grants for female, men. Yeah. Which is why I'm saying they are starting. I know it's grants that I'm calling free money, grants. Is business a guarantee? Is business a guarantee that you make money? This is why I don't, this is just my perspective. I don't support, except you had a fix and you already have track record. Don't get loan. There's pressure. There's pressure. There's pressure. But, you know, so she sustains the perspective that as long as you know what to do with the money, go ahead. Okay. For a long time. And the interest, like the federal government loans are usually 1 digit. Right? When they gave the agricultural one, I think they're still giving a lot for those that know about it. So, but please, this is a personal opinion because I see there's a varying view here. If you are starting, don't collect loan. All right. You can, I'm serious, you can crowdfund. In fact, if I, okay. I'm just being sincere with the way I see business. Because do you know what you are starting? There's no guarantee to scale. I know you people are Nigerians, you people have faith. Huh? But even God, the first project, Adam failed. Okay. So, yeah, okay. No, what I'm saying is personally, I cannot, and I would not recommend, I wouldn't for loan for start. No. All right. Exactly. If you tell an investor you started with a loan, you know what you've just told them? You are always running from risk because you are running business on people's money. Now you are here again for his own money. He will run from you. To survive, he will ask you, are you paying? If they ask that question, are you paying any loan now? It doesn't mean they will disqualify you. They want to know, okay, if you are faithful and if what you're doing, you are able to pay back at the rates you should. It's just integrity. Integrity, the risk you're willing to take. Those are the things they are looking at, not like you have to be an expert or you are so good, you are manufacturing money somewhere. I don't know. Please, let me move forward. I'm almost done my slide. Next one, sir. Okay, I was here. Search online for opportunities. Please, entrepreneurs, always search online. Belong to communities of other entrepreneurs. Information is flowing every day. Okay, so I'm saying loan. COVID-19, I got loan from the government. All right. I got the COVID-19 loan. Now, it was after COVID, I was telling a friend, it was COVID-19 that helped us. So it was not like, how, when, when? I'm like, to me, I felt it was information everywhere. And it was because I belonged to relevant Twitter groups, WhatsApp groups, not just, it's money and business. I don't have time to drag people. I'm even seeing something, I don't know if it's true, they say Udabasi's cooking class, the money. So I'm interested in looking at how she did that thing, took advantage of it, and now she's a multimillionaire. Those are the things you should, be on the lookout for. Follow I think the broadcast our president gave, was it yesterday or 2 days ago? There's a lot of opportunities that he spoke about for entrepreneurs. So you need to be on the lookout and get all these documents ready. Okay. You're able to get them. Search. If I give you one or two now, there might be an information that you need that is not the one I know. So let's just be wide open. And there's this thing that I love that the AI people are doing, that whatever information you start looking for constantly, you start seeing a lot of it. So I get newsletters every day of opportunities. If I can apply for anyone, I delete it. There will be a day that there's one that I am fitted for. So you should have newsletters you are subscribed to, Twitter channels, those kind of groups she mentioned and the likes. Please. I know people always want, tell us which one now to do. No, that is not my job. All right. My job is to make you know what you should do. If I should tell you a few, it's just a few I will tell you eventually. A few. There is a Smedan, she mentioned nicer. Nitda, I think Nitda or something. There's quite a lot. So just peruse, just search opportunities. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 All right. So sustain a winning mindset, which means you will not get all the things you apply for. All right. I assure you, no matter how prepared you are. So I prefer in a month, I should apply for at least 10 grants or 10 grants entrepreneur program or so. I just apply. Sometimes I'm not even qualified. I just apply. And that's why a lot of things I know is because I attended some maybe webinars that were just, or some incubator programs. Somebody just, there's this program they do yearly, this thing. There's one, during COVID-19, they did an online version. I was part, we got certification. It's part of what I will put forward. I'm a yearly this. When I came and told you I'm a TEF alumnus, you respect a bit at least what I have to say. Okay, this guy has done. So please apply for it. And it's not only money that you are looking for. You're looking for information, knowledge, information. All right. Sorry, this is supposed to be learn, unlearn, and relearn. I apply for as many opportunities as possible. Next. Okay, so these are some of the websites. There is opportunitiesforafrica.com. There is the netpreneur.com. There is the UNICEF Innovation Fund.org. All of these, since I will send the slide to us, so you can always get this. Next one, sir. Okay, so most of these guys that are here are the VCs and the angel investors. You can see Ventures platform here, right? So most of them, it's not like they have a season of, once you have a business and you feel you are ready, do a research on the kind of businesses they fund. You will know their what interest. Even if your business does not fit, then you will know how to what package it, not lie, but tweak it to appeal them. When I did Tony Elumelu Foundation, I was running a business center. I know what they call business center, typing and kini. I know if I present that, I won't get money. So, but my God, you need to see my application. I had to look for the vocabularies. I will present it in, I didn't lie, that I will present it in a way that, they will be like, okay, and I got the money. Now my business scaled. That was what I was able to, and I started my new business in January 2020 when COVID-19 started. And we are still fine. And my business is a service business that requires people to come physically. So you should ask me, how did I survive COVID-19? You need to be an entrepreneur. All right, it's a very interesting road. Trust me, it's very interesting, but it's very challenging. Next slide. I think we're done now. Oh, thank you very much for your audience. Thank you for paying attention. You guys are very good. Like, the attention was so good. So I think next one is question and answer. Can I take it, Dadma? Okay, so if you have any question, answer, anything you'd like me to explain more, please, this is the time. Okay, sir. A couple of questions. Goodness. I don't have a pen and a, okay, let me just jot. Okay. Go on. Okay. Yeah. Mhm. Now, the uniqueness of the Tony Elumelu Foundation is Mr. Tony believes in luck and giving everybody a chance. So they were open as long as you're able to present it in a way that looks like this business has a future. So it was a business center I was running. Then I presented it as a firm that's also trained. I added training. So I applied under education and training category. So as a business center, I train people to do graphics design. I have people to train people on web design. So I capitalized on the training. Innovation. So even though it is the major thing I do every day, this one just comes maybe once in 3 months. But I raised this, presented it, and showed them how it will affect people around me. And they are interested in affecting the common people. So that was it.
Just don't know like a common major interest.
Okay.
But let's say you know that the expressing of your needs and event to come to proposal against them a chance. How do you know that interest?
How do you know interest? Question. Question. You know what you want to sell. So you've seen the man's carriage, you've seen him. At least you see them before you approach them, even if you bump into them. Oh, good afternoon, sir. Just that a minute, just the way she was able to think on her feet, you need to be able to, okay, look at him, okay. You don't know, even from the look, it's not like you can see that. Then question, you have a product you want to sell. Then craft a question that will make him give you a yes, I'm interested, or no, I'm not interested. She now, good afternoon, sir. Do you have a child with lactose intolerance? Is either a no or a yes. If it's a no, like, wow, and it's actually a common problem. Wow, it's good. You're really lucky, sir. Really lucky. But I'm sure there'll be someone around you. Then you start looking at other options. But if by chance the man says yes, tell me you don't know his interest now. So you need to come with questions. I told her you need to craft maybe about 5 different questions for you, simulate situations. Okay, this is what I'm selling. Okay, I run a co-working space. So if I meet Mr. Tony, or no, if I meet maybe another billionaire and all that, and I want to pitch immediately, I'll be, I love what you are doing with young entrepreneurs. You've already showed the man that you've checked in his work, even if you don't know much. But there's no billionaire that you would, even people is investing in young entrepreneurs. Yeah. So if I love what you're doing with young entrepreneurs. I happen to run a co-working space where some of them actually have met a lot that is struggling. And I believe you're kind of person would love to help them. I have a few things I would like to put forward to you if you have time that would help these young entrepreneurs that I know in my hub. Since it does that, will it not at least give me some audience? So it's a question. You may not necessarily have to know. You won't know everybody you will have to preach to. So those are ready questions that connect what you're about to say. Don't ask them, how's your wife, how's your mother? Don't try to be too nice or too close. They know that everybody's looking for their money. So don't come like, it's your money I want, that kind of thing. All right. Is that all? Now, most times, elevator pitch, the way people present it is like, you just stand and be talking to the person. Actually, except the people are seated and they've given you audience. But if you are truly in an elevator, what you need to do is secure the interest and look for a way to get their number or card. And not asking for it, like a point that they'll be like, okay, I think I'm interested in what you're saying. Take and call me. That one is easy. Then, sir, can I get your card? That one too works, but when you come from the angle of wanting to collect, the perspective. But if they look, okay, I think I could work with this guy. Let's work on ourselves. There are information. These billionaires, there are a lot of problems they want to solve. They themselves, they are too big to pay attention to it. So if they find you serious enough to do it, they would give you attention, actually. Yeah, in my state, I've met government people. They are usually not interested. Meet them like that, like that. What did we do? We met the commissioner, no, special assistant for youth and sports of your state. Met him like, we have a lot of entrepreneurs in Ibadan that they're really trying to get, they're not getting where, and government does not have much money. Can Sheyi Makinde, can you guys support us? We will hold a free TEF application program for them. They funded it, they gave us money. We just brought it to them. They wanted to help the youth. They don't know really how. So we came that we are alumni. Okay, we know what to do. We had both online and people that I myself would not have commanded to come to a place. So I had enough people I could, after training you, I sell products. If you need to apply and you don't know what to do, meet me at my office. They came, and more money came. So you get the idea. Yeah, thank you. And okay, sir. Okay.
Before you, is your business registered before you apply? Or how
Okay, go on. Okay.
So it's not registered. When you pay,
Okay. Yeah. So when I started the process, I was not registered. I too didn't know most of these things. So it was in the process that I realized they will not pay you into a personal account. So along the line, I had to register. And thank God, CAC is so nice now. You can register your business in one day and get the certificate that day online. They've advanced so much. So just everybody should just do that. So please, everybody should have their business registered. Registered? Okay, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, so I cannot help you directly. That's why my job is not to tell us ABCs. You need to do the research. Is anybody doing that business you're doing right now?
I just recently talked about this
Okay.
I got the concept that so I was trying to understand now
Yeah. Great. Work with people. So please belong to all of. I can't tell everybody all they need to belong to. So, but do the research. If you check online, and we also need, you can't overemphasize the need for a mentor, somebody that is probably doing something you're already doing. They will save you a lot of stress. When I started co-working space, there's a lady. There was nobody in my state. There were just two. Yes, there were just two or one that was functional. So it was like a very virgin ground to start the business. So I had to look online on Instagram, look for a co-working space and look for the CEO of the co-working space and started chatting now. So she started providing some tips and all that. So go, you don't just go as far as you can to get the necessary information you need. So, okay, I'm coming. Just
okay. So I think I got to go while exploring about.
Okay.
So I learned, so it's about government organization at all. Now, the only line the idea that a currency cannot be able to the assets can be taken over or something, maybe some big line or whatever. Now, before you know this organization or the system or the something, progress and decision to be on. So I'm still trying to understand how come that something that we are started and expanded and all the
so the body comes up and savage situation. There's a lot of things going on. Information is one of the poor things we have in Nigeria. Like information, although it's getting better, doesn't start. People don't know. A lot is going on. People don't know. So, you know, we could start a business to making the world know, making Nigerians know. We have NOA, National Orientation Agency. Do you know what they do at all? Have you ever seen them? But they're supposed. Is that their work? But they are collecting salary, everybody, you know, right? Yeah. Oh, will I get that? Are you sure? Okay. All right. So what I'm saying is, information is available. You go for it. Unfortunately, we are in Nigeria where a lot are restricted. People are even ordering information. But if you search, if you are humble, if you are communicating, there are information that you need that somebody in this room needs. I said at the beginning, there's reciprocity ring. If all of us start talking about a problem, you will see people start giving you a solution here now. So please, huh? Is that how, sir? Okay, I'm coming for the guy, yeah?
Sorry.
Oh, okay. No problem.
But the question I was asked,
yes.
So I think maybe I was talking about, you know, when you're actually a business, what are the cautions based on the fact that like a company limited or negative or whatever, all of a sudden, so you know, maybe the issues after scaling up or whatever, and the government will tell you this.
Oh. Yeah, see, there's no way you will not run into legal problems without a legal person. And all of us, or most of us here, do not have the financial power to hire. But for start, you cannot be wrong with business name registration. Although there are a few businesses you want to register under CAC business name registration, they will tell you no, it has to be an LTD. They will tell you. So the platforms are a bit advanced now that if you're careful to read details, you shouldn't miss so much. All right, but you can't be wrong with business name registration for starters. Then as you grow, you want to sell shares, you want to grow bigger, then you can upgrade it and all that. Okay. So, but please, I think most of the questions you're asking me, I may not be able to provide the right answer. Please do your research, please. Did you apply for survivor funds? Now, yeah. Now, what you said now reminded me of survivor funds. The Nigerian government did it. So I was happy. I applied for all my staffs. Then I couldn't apply for myself. They gave the company itself 50,000, but they were paying my staff for 3 months. Federal government to alleviate the cost of COVID-19. So even though we're running COVID-19, but come on, who says I cannot have extra money? So I submitted their names. After the first month, my secretary left. The second month they paid, she told me she did not get alert. And every other person is getting, and you got the first month. I had to challenge her. I go to her, and she was just a young lady. I went to her, and that time, sorry, Yoruba people can be amazing. So that's how she started calling her pastor and all those things. Like, you got, it's actually for my staff, but integrity. Now I can never see that lady somewhere and trust her with anything. She absconded with 2 months' salary. Somebody else, I had to pay that person. So you see, so you can try your best, except you have the money to hire an HR department. An HR knows the legal implication of the legal punishment for situations like that. All right, they know what to do. They are trained to manage situations like that. All right. So I remember federal government did exactly that. You submit their bank account, their phone number, everything has to be there. All they have to say is acknowledge that they work for you. Just, they are trying to avoid company owners getting the money and not eventually remitting it. So eventually now, the workers got it. So you really cannot do much. But if you are doing that thing, you may need to make, there's this thing banks do. You sign a bond. Yeah, you sign a bond that you have to work here for the next 3 years before you can say, I'm leaving. They do it. Yeah. So, but as a startup, how many people do you think how much are you going to pay her that you are telling her to sign bond that she cannot escape? Do you understand the bond I mentioned? Yeah. So what I'm doing now for the new secretary, because I do not trust them again, is, okay, if I'm paying you 50,000, I'm taking out 10%. I will give you when you are leaving. But if you don't, so you tell me you're working with me for minimum of 1 year, 2 years. So I'm not going to get a shock tomorrow. Yes. I've had people, it was the day they got their salary yesterday, got money this month. They came to submit their resignation that they're not coming from today. I had to become the secretary. You think so? You don't think they will leave? I agree. All right, okay. I agree to what you said. If you treat your staffs well, they will respond well. However, a person of integrity will not do that. If you have a company, you would not expect that somebody that didn't give you a notice just quits on you. Even if you are not good, are they not getting their salary? When they were getting the employment, was it I'll be good to you or not good to you? Are you getting your pay or not? You give me your service. If I'm good to you, is an addition. But it's not, it shouldn't depend on my good to you or not. It's a contract. So one thing I don't do, because I understand the implication is owe anybody. I can decide not to have money, but owing my staff, because I know what it takes to work for someone. Most of them depend on this thing. So I never owe anybody's salary. She got her salary yesterday, came this morning with a resignation letter, and she left. Yeah. You will not do that. Yeah. Yeah, most people don't think. How many Nigerians think futuristic?
What's from the part of the company owner? Just come with money. I don't say.
That's also wrong.
No. These 2 cases happened last year. In 2 cases, the first one happened that the owners of the school sent the principal, that's the director. His dad is my friend. He's a professor in our school, and we are close. I go to his office almost every time. He can tell me that, hey, Mr. Man, come here. I'll go and attend to meet in the office. But the son, when I started working there, the son was getting complaints from the principal that this guy is not like. And I told them, like, me, I'm not going to write this. I'm teaching ICT here. I'm not going to write ICT notes to some people. Every note is on my system. So I told them, that's what I want to do. Now, he's always complaining about my days. Okay, no problem. I didn't even know that he was doing all of that behind me. Now, after everything, he has committed in mind that that's also. So that one now directed him that, telling him that. When he came, director said he was not to see you know, like so like that nothing was said before. So just like I yet, you know that we did a split of two months. The father called me back, told me that sending me back there was in another capacity. I'm going to be working as an ICT support to the school. Then when we went for the first meeting, the director spoke to the project meeting for that ICT support work. So we are meeting the three of us. The principal himself was not part of that meeting. Then at the end, the director started pledging that this and this. And what they have done within that space of time has triggered a lot of reactions from parents. That parents, one of the parents called in that what they have done to the ICT teacher that they should do immediately. We started begging.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
there's going to be an
all right. So it's wrong on the part of the employer or the employee to just terminate appointments without notice. It's wrong, either ways. So please, online, I'm coming. What's the question here? Okay, anybody else with question? Okay. All right. Yes. Yes. No, the annual returns is, I think, about 1,000 naira. It's just about 1,000 naira. Yes, it's most people that registered CAC are not informed because people that registered for them wanted their money fast. So most people do not know. I think they say 100,000 wants to shut down, 100,000. Yeah. So you can just check up on their site. See, we're entrepreneurs. You have to do most of the things at the start by yourself. The foundation of your business is important. So please, the annual return is not something much. I think 1,000 naira or so. Just research about it and start filing it. It's some of this is as simple. Tax, you need to have a tax number to, if you want to open a corporate account, you need a tax. Many people are like, if you go to tax FIRS office, the things they will ask you to bring, you don't have it. You bring stamp, you sign this, you do that. You can there's a JTB online. It's an online tax board. That's what I use to open my business. Most of the things I use, if you search for information, you get it. So it's an alternative to the one FIRC gives you is JTB, Joint Tax Board. So you can use it preliminary for your tax, this thing that the bank will ask you or any other body will ask you. That was what I submitted for TEF. The certificate they gave me online. I applied online. Everything was online. I gave it like that. So meanwhile, some of my friends there were going to FIRC. Some people were to go and do stamp, all those things they didn't have money to do. They spent so much. I'm like, and all of us not get the same thing, information. Let us Joint Tax Board, JTB, Joint Tax Board. So it's an alternative. It's online. You don't need to have all those things for stats. And also, sir, I don't work with them. You just, from what I remembered, it was just about 1,000 naira thereabout. So I myself probably have to check and all that. So I don't have the full details. I don't want to give it false information. Is it ready now?
As a quick step up, if investors ask of my annual turnover, what will I reply to?
Okay, so if you already have proper bookkeeping, you will have your annual turnover. Your annual turnover is your revenue, not your profit. Those are two different things. Your revenue is your annual return. That is money that came in a year. That is different from the money that you got as profit after removing your capital and other expenses. So your annual return is everything. They cannot ask you, okay, what is your profit from that? They cannot ask you all those things. So just like salary earners do gross and net something, I don't know. I believe we all deal a little business mass now. Yeah. So net and whatever. So that's the annual return. Okay, so
I did say last week.
This
one
okay.
Somehow different from what
TIN. Okay, did you go to the office? Submit all the things required.
No, that was
individual. And they will still ask you to submit a few things.
The things that Then I also
That's individual, that's personal. Okay.
so for this now, I want to do business.
Yeah.
And I choose this one.
Yes, you can use this. But I think this as
Difference between both.
okay, thank you for that, government. Federal government has made this a bit difficult. Sincerely, I didn't prepare for this question, but I'm going to just answer based on my knowledge. I will advise you search more. Okay, I don't know. This serves as a temporal. There's a lot of people that needs to do a lot of transactions and do not have the requirements that FIRS is. I think this is limited at some level. All right. But if you need to do something fast as a business person, you can leverage on this for that moment. So they believe that over time, as you grow, you have all of the requirements to be able to apply for the main stuff. But this works. It's till now, my bank has not disturbed me. I've not changed it. And this is 4 years now. So this works. A business bank account. Yes. If an investor is asking you for a tax number, you submit it. You can use it for everything you use FIRS for. It's just, I cannot say explicitly, I'm not an tax expert, that this is but I know that the FIRS own it has more advantages than this. But so far, I've been running business with it and I'm fine. Okay.
First, I want to start a business.
Okay.
When you came for this business,
You spend
I
it.
don't have any other thing I'm doing since it's only so
Spend it.
Project done, then every profit. And I also have other that go alongside. These are not enabling me to start those other businesses like fish.
Yeah.
So from the business registration, should I register one business per time? Or start a compound name, then I'll start including
Those ones.
the way they come.
All right, thank you, sir. So you can have your seats, please. Okay, Seifa, come, I will increase my charge per minute. Because these are business masterclass talks. Don't worry, I'm just playing. All right, so because the question you asked is not funding, it's something else. Now, for you, sincerely, some of the things I will be saying are my personal opinions. Is that okay? Now, I don't advise people to start more than one business at a time. You will eventually do a lot of, I've done a lot of businesses. I was a photographer in 200 level. I was a deliveries guy in 300 level. I was what again? I was something else in 400. I was a graphic designer as a core member. So, but I was trying to find my foot in all of these things. Now I know what I can do. So the business you want to start, sincerely I advise you start one that you have done sufficient research to prove that will most probably scale. Ask for sincere opinions. People that don't like you, ask them. Don't ask the guy that will, if your wife or girlfriend, don't ask, you can ask her if she's not going to think she will hurt you. Ask people brutal opinion. They will tell you. So once you've ascertained that, okay, this is one you want to start. Now, there's something called side hustle. Because if you don't separate your business money from the money, if everything is mixing up, the day you need to raise funds, there'll be challenge. You'll be challenged. You won't be able to really account for, except you won't start making up numbers. You won't be able to account for what you've spent. So now, you have a question? Okay, let me just finish this. Yes, people mix up. And I understand because most of us don't go to business school to know from start. Exactly, even when you know the money is not much. So if you want to start business, see, I believe what helped me was I made a decision from 300 level when my parents were responsible for me. So from then, I already prepared my mind and I was calculating towards. I got Tony Elumelu Foundation when I was about to leave my parents. I've been applying for Tony Elumelu for 2 years. Every year I apply from school. Because my father will not give me money to start business. All right. My father wanted me to get a job. He has already planned my life. And now I'm saying, so he was not going to fund it. So I started applying for grants. So by the time I was knowledgeable enough to get money, I was ready. It was the time I was ready to move out. So it's the time kind of aligned. Now, most of us were already out of parents and we need to feed. Okay. If you're not going to have family. These young people were. All right. So what I advise you do is, once you've picked the idea you want to go for, the Bible says, who will build the house and not sit down and count the cost? Sit down, count the cost of what you want to do. If you've already, okay, I don't have the money to do this thing, even though I can be putting small money, don't do it yet. Find a job or a side hustle. You can start, for example, now, sincerely, I started content creation on YouTube as side hustle. Now it even pays more than my main hustle. But why did I start it? Okay, I have a phone. I buy data almost every week. I have camera. I have loud mouth. I can talk. Yeah, I can communicate. I know what to do. I know how to get your attention and all that. So I leveraged on those things that doesn't cost me money. And I've learned over time. At least I went to school, I can speak small English. So I put all of this together and made it a side hustle. So when the side hustle started producing trickles of cash, I saved them for my dream. Right? For me, remember I said my own, by the mercies of God, the time I was ready to start out, that was when I got TEF grant. So I had a good startup because I already, but now if you are just starting now, you will need to look for what we fund that. Don't start that dream, you will kill it. Some ideas are supposed to scale, but because wrong timing, wrong financing, a lot of them crash. So if you've gotten your stuff, sometimes that's why I watch all these entrepreneurial movies. Which one did I watch that I really love? There's this guy that's Sell Me This Pen. Have you seen that movie before? I've forgotten his name. I used to like him so much. Leonard something. That's a very smooth guy. So I watch business movies like that. Most of them, you will see that these guys have a dashboard they're always going back to every night. Why they go to job during the day? They are reminding themselves, this is why I'm doing this job. Even if they abuse me, I don't care. I'm trying to get their money to fund my dream. So, all right, there's a restaurant. You guys might not know it in Lagos. It's not very popular. It's called Captain Cook. All right, Captain Cook. The man used to work in the banking sector. He had interest for baking, bread, and all those things. He knew that for him to start, he needed capital. So he worked in the banking sector for a long time, saving up. So when he was ready, he has already built the first restaurant before he quit his job. So when he quit his job, yes, it was not as sweet as then, but it was still fine. He could separate his money and the business. So there's no hurry in life, although we're all living on time. So please, if you have a business you want to run and you know that the money is not yet there, you may not shut it down completely there, because I believe to every big dream, there's a small, you can reduce it to a small thing that you are growing from. I want to start a restaurant, all right? And I don't have money for that. Okay, I will cook from my house only on weekend to start testing if people really even want my food. So I'll put online, which doesn't cost me anything because I'll buy data naturally, that I sell food and sell on weekend. So when I go to work Monday to Friday, some of the money I get, I used to cook on the weekends, run adverts, see if people would come. People that buy, what is their review? I'm already building traction. So find a way to reduce whatever massive dream you have to this little start. If not, you will keep spending the money you are making from business, keep spending it. And after 2-3 years, it will feel as though you'll be wasting time. Because you'll be like, okay, so what do I have to show for it? Trousers are not buy. House are not get, you will look around there and it will be a bit frustrating. So please, I advise anybody that wants to start a business to do what? Get a job. Get a job. In fact, you're learning experience. Get a job, save up, and you can start your business gradually. Oh my God, yes. Yeah. You want to raise funds? Okay, so yeah, so usually you need to register as is it LTD now, PLC? Yeah, you need to register an LTD, because if you are raising funds from a venture capitalist or angel investors, you are giving out a part of your company, and they can buy share from a sole proprietor if it's just you. So, but if you're applying for the likes of Tony Elumelu, grant bodies can still allow you use business name. Womenpreneur that Access Bank does, right? They allow single persons to come and all that. But if you are looking like, look, now when you look at grants, you will realize that their money is not as much as investors. Because they want to help, they're like foundation, they want to help plenty of people. So they will, if instead of them to have given you the $50,000, they will give 10 of you $5,000. Meanwhile, what you need is $50,000. Ma? Yeah, so it's so if you need this angel investor and venture capitalist money, you need to go to like register standard and have traction. All right. But where is that lady? She was on white shirt. Oh, yeah. So I like the way it's not like she's limiting herself to say she needs 700 to 1 million. She's trying to grow. Before you appear at the biggest stage, be well prepared. The questions they will ask you, you'll be like, wow, I think I'll come back. So please, let's be well prepared. So that's my opinion. Any other question? Have I answered the person here? Okay. Oh, all right. Not wanting to what? Okay, yes. Start up together. Well, I can't tell you. You will decide. Okay. Now, you are running a business that is worth 5 million naira in your valuation. Now you want an investment of 50 million. If you have 50 million, and I'm asking you for 50 million, how much of my company do you want to take? Would you want to take for giving? You know that this 50 million is actually like breakthrough for me. So how much percent would you have? This is it. Don't be nice. 40. Just see, this is the way these guys think too. They are like, okay, that's why I always tell people have track records. When you come, don't come like you're begging. The moment you appear in any form like you're begging, the negotiation terms they will give to you, you will probably just reject the offer and just go. Investors that will tell you I'll take 90%, are you not just walking? It's more like I'm paying you. They don't know you, they don't care. So if you are going to show up, ensure you are not been running on loan or borrowed money, you've invested money, you have knowledge. Now, if you are going to negotiate, but every investment or equity has negotiation involved. As an entrepreneur, your negotiating power will determine a lot. That's why I recommend those Lions Den, Dragons Dens, Lion Shark or something, Sharks Den or whatever. Watch those shows. See the ways the questions the investors are asking. See the way the entrepreneurs are asking. It will help you know that, okay, this is how to respond. Okay, can you give me 30%? I'll give you all of the money. That is all your dream. I will finish it now for 40%. So this man has money and you need money. You want your business to grow. If you give 40% now, by the time you need to raise another money, that one asks for 20%. You're almost out of your company, which is not bad in this scenario. It's better to own 1% of 100 billion than to own 100% of 10 million. What's 1% of 100 billion? That's 10 billion. What's 100% of 10 million? It's on 10 million. So you consider the scenario, the situations before you. In fact, for those shows, some of the entrepreneurs are like, okay, can I come back? They'll go and think about it, consider it. You need to consider the person that is coming on board. Sometimes you'll be like, okay, I will accept that time if you are going to be mentoring me, or you're going to give me a legal backing, or maybe I will be able to use your factory for my production. You know, those are negotiating terms that favors you. So there is no standard thing. It is what favors you that you go for. It's what favors you. All right. So please, that's it. Thank you so much. I believe I'm done today. I appreciate your flow. So I wish every one of us best in our business. you need to write a business plan, I do that a lot. Don't worry, it's 150,000, but I can give you a discount when we talk. If you need what else, pitch deck, I designed that too. If you need me to like, okay, elevator pitch, I can help you craft it. There's nothing you want to do to scale your business that I don't do. Is that okay? Thank you very much. Madam, safer. Madam, I'm done. Thank you so much.
I hope you guys learned something. Okay, so there you go.